Hello, people. Don't you look familiar?
You are the friend.
Xenos? The disgraced prince you yourself laid low?
Quite a few times now, yeah.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald. When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
So avatars for Reapers or Voids then?
Xenos.
That's funny.
Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
Not really. Yeah. I don't know, I was asleep and then I went to get soda.
Is that Heidelin's crystal?
Oh. Well, this is new.
But how? The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
You must be
What do
one
you
of them.
mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the Void-sent servants of Reapers. In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the Void to lend him strength.
Neat.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered. Twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then?
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being.
True.
And though it was as an avatar, I lost you once, I have no desire to lose again.
I like
Good enough for me.
Stinging.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
It's complicated.
So, you're not a friend.
Well, I am.
Then- What is it? What is a friend?
That can be good. Where everything begins. What's from the 13th there, the first field of this.
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the Void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void sent.
Much like in the first, where everything would have turned into sin
We
eaters.
are the natural order now.
As light begat sin eaters, darkness begat void sent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain.
As you say, I am void sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown.
Jeez, what is this, Shadow's house?
But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I lived...
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I've neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me void sent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
Then call me what you will. I care not.
How about 0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
True.
As I said, I care not. 0 then. Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Not exactly.
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ashdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us.
Oh, there's a... There they go.
Did you say something?
No?
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
That's funny. Orchard Bond. They have to put Orchard Bond in. Did that have a fault? Sounds like a good idea. Oh, hey.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
I knew it. He's not dead.
That I should miss my mark.
This guy never knows when to die.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Oh, he's kind of immortal.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
Exactly.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
That makes sense.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must. Drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
If it's another death they want, I say...
Really?
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger.
Fair enough.
We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
Cocky.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
So my dumbass said this was a Final Fantasy 1 reference, but it's obviously a Final Fantasy 4 reference because Garmaglion and Golbez were from Final Fantasy 4, not Final Fantasy 1. I just saw the 4, elementals and thought, oh, that's a Final Fantasy 4 1 reference, but no, it's also Final Fantasy 4. Garmaglion is from Final Fantasy 4 in Golbez. Those girls for some reason, but it's Golbez. Also makes sense since, the moon was so prominent in that game.
His soul remains feast upon their flesh.
Well, it makes sense that Final Fantasy 4 would be a big deal.
We'd do well to break up this feast quickly.
Then let's send these guests on their way.
Behold the power of the Archfiend of Earth!
Like, plus one to give the power from death.
He hastens their regeneration.
You cannot defeat that which cannot die!
We've done so because we killed the others. So he's good.
bodes ill.
Our foe has too great an advantage.
Hero was really eager.
Drag him out of this damnable pit. Stand together!
There's no end in sight. A retreat may be in order.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
This is not the time for snarkish, Tola.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
Oh, fuck off.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
Smart it.
A name for which I did not ask,
No, but you like it.
but that I nevertheless did accept.
True.
They've been crystallized.
Yes.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Went from 0 to 100 fast. Sorry for that joke.
Satisfied?
Yes. Quite.
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well.
Oh.
You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine. However incurred, death is death. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn voidsent into crystal.
Very impressive.
The beast is so before my truth strength. will hurt.
Another debt to be paid.
If I was sealed with you, I'll kill you all myself.
Supposed to do.
Finally getting serious, though. Very well. Let us return the favor.
Cut through the heart and you're to blame. You give boys a bad name.
Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again.
Are you sure about that?
What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria. But how? How can you have this power?
Your mother.
Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
You are welcome, seekers of might.
Golbez.
I, Golbez, have called you four hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade. That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, but what of the crew's gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether. This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my four arch-fiends.
So that's what it is. So if we defeat all four of them, she should be...
As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether. Just as well, the creature may yet serve other ends.
Are you all right?
The Void Sense essence remains. But it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmelione called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I received my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get...
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust.
Well... Define even.
Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
No. What made you think that?
A dragon resembling a great wyrm. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya.
Oh, unless it was another dragon that got sent here.
even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
Let's also hope that, unlike Final Fantasy IV, our dragon doesn't, you know... Groping in the dark. That's a weird phrasing. Yeah, that makes sense. curious which Archfiend will face next. Since I will obviously be the trial of this patch. This should be interesting.
There it is.
Is that a death case?
Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Fair enough. Mind Flare.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
Funny.
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What did they sleep in? Let me have some, let me have some!
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word.
Thanks.
Follow me.
Of course, there's no place to repair or anything. Interesting. Let's get the edge. And fodder. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Meanwhile, in the League Evil.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our... Christmas. This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. Yet the very notion was an absurd! Drowned in darkness. As were we all.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Erwin, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether.
The insolence!
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them.
Boldly spoken.
Upon this flowing hair and my
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
This should be interesting. Pretty damn obvious. Here she comes. Oh, here she comes. Look at boys, she'll cheer you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man, yeah. That's a ship.
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt.
No.
Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I'll be kinda need your power to deal with her, but...
I can't bear it! Eating and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
One of the Archfiends approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Whoa. Nice sword. And fuck it.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbaricia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear.
Yeah, well, good luck with that, asshole.
And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery.
Bitch.
Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell?
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago.
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us.
Doubt he knew that.
Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
Or we'll kill you. Preferably the latter. Bitch. Hot bitch, but
What's
still
the plan
bitch.
then?
We kill her, obviously.
Aye, that we would. Even so, we don't have any intention of turning tail now, do we?
I would, no.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia too recognized its potency.
Very well. We have a bargain.
Much like demons, they play in bargains. Which makes sense. Okay. Wind rises. This rock. That's what it is.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind.
Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbaricia.
This place reminds me of Cagliosteri. With all the hair. Atom's crystal. The power of summoning. The fact that they made that canon is awesome. Storm's Crown. Interesting. Talk about a bad hair day. You're surprised that they had made Final Fantasy IV? Well, the expansion that has to do with, you know, the moon, Labras. Shit. Why would they bring out Golbez in the 4 archetypes, right? Hey, you just got queued up. And there we go again. Today, gone tomorrow.
Come, give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence. Such rich, exquisite beauty. My head shimmers with anticipation. You feel it too, do you not? done well, Sir. But the battle has only just begun.
Damn boy, she's sick. We're all gonna die.
I'll make it this way.
This is so fucking cool. Wait. Goddamn expansion and awesome fucking battles. Can't complain. Wow. Like exactly what Ffxiv and Garuda had on Star. Can't
Feel like fury. Know your place. my sight. No! I will not be denied! There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet... You're finished.
Kill Stealer! No echo, huh? Hey guys.
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
On the
The
day's
minions
work.
too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya.
No.
So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain.
Oh no.
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
Makes sense.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea. Oh. Interesting. as well. I suppose it makes sense. You just keep the void gate open permanently anyways. That'd be stupid. Meanwhile, in the League of Evil. No, okay. Well, good to see you guys are still alive. I know it's the worst fights in the world.
You're all safe. Thank the sisters.
We're gonna react to the person we have.
A moment while I close the gate.
Okay, good.
There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That's good.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once. Our mission took many an unexpected turn. But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over.
Zero.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry.
And she'll wake up by the time we have to fight another one, so...
Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery?
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
And we need but wait?
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine Harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part Voidsent.
True. I think she was Xenos' avatar. She's funny.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence. A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is Voidsent, rendering it dominant. Thus, we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel.
No.
Were Zero wholly Voidsent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
Not as though she could have known about her. Or maybe technically, since, you know, she was in all the ropes, but yeah.
Tis no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am...
She have food right when she wakes up. I had no idea. Alright, do this. And she waits.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here?
Well, you passed out and figuring it'd be stupid to leave you alone in that world, we took you to our this one.
There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful! Ah! Ah!
What is this? Some sort of fiend?
No.
A fiend? Where is it? Where? But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door.
So to speak.
So to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
Apples.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
You're supposed to eat it with your mouth.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow.
Giggity. It would have been funny if she took the wrong one.
That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we Voidsent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their praise ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing. But diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have?
Not much. After a while you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent. And for that, I apologize.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
Now we're just gonna leave it there.
I do. I have yet to find my sister.
Then we
I
have to
want
set
nothing
Golbez.
more than to rush to her aid. To find this Golbez and free her from his clutches.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Nah. Caution's for the dead.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time. But don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours.
Again, a stranger in this strange land.
Run, Final Fantasy!
I have a condition. You must come too.
Stranger in Paradise.
You have my thanks.
this, actually. You could say that. Not exactly. At the end. Very remembering you.
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
There's a lot of mortals.
Well, she's not wrong.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think.
Well, you don't call each other mortals? Were you some kind of weirdo?
If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all. While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men. Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
Well, we know what that's like.
The Ascians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Yep.
Then you have faced the same. And understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in... When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power, the power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate, but in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness, as was I.
And so you were born part Voidsent, before the...
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
No, they did. That's the problem.
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace, only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed. They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Voidsent. and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent,
the flood of darkness.
the stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny. And find my world changed beyond recognition.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void scent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
Makes sense.
A lost world, you say? I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
True. Technically.
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction.
Your world was
After
left
which,
to its own
some intrepid
devices.
young souls succeeded in restoring life back to lands thought lost to light. Which gives me cause to hope the day may yet come when life springs forth anew in the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to...
Fix the 13th. It's kind of what we do.
But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more. But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone.
Yeah, we're stubborn like
And old
that.
habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Could have said it better myself.
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
That's a lie.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price. And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more.
That's a lot of food.
I will consider this a deposit.
I like her. song still reminds me of Deadly Premonition. Meanwhile, in the League of Evil.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbaricia.
Was no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here. The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
If I may, my lord. In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Cagnezzo's cooperation. Yeah, there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Ha-ha! Some excitement for a trip.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall. What irony that the blessed damned should set us free.
That was interesting.
As I swore so long ago.
You just halted your step.
The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled!
Closed it. Okay. Now, let's check out that exchange, shall we? Storm's Crown Extreme.